Wishes Fulfilled, Mastering the Art of Manifesting by Dr. Wayne W. Dyer. Chapter 8, The Fifth Wishes Fulfilled Foundation. Now I lay me down to sleep. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men while slumbering on their beds, then he opens the ears of men and seals their instruction. Job chapter 33 verses 15 through 16. It is in sleep that you enter the world of your subconscious mind, and it is here that you will be making your impression and receiving your instructions, as indicated in this biblical quote from the book of Job. I would like you to think about the nature of your subconscious mind, which has been programmed by your conscious mind to act habitually, that is, without thinking, about what you are doing or not doing. You no doubt will have recollections like the one I just had. I recall being a 15-year-old learning to drive a standard shift car. I was using my conscious mind to practice a seemingly endless list of maneuvers with a thought process that went something like this. I have a car here with 3 foot pedals, and I only have 2 feet to work with. I must push my left foot down on the clutch pedal, and with my right foot on the accelerator pedal slowly, and I mean very slowly, let the clutch pedal out while simultaneously pushing down on the accelerator pedal with the same amount of pressure with my right foot as the pressure I'm releasing with my left foot on the clutch pedal. Too much gas or not enough clutch and the car will stall. And then there's that third pedal for braking, which I have no idea how to use as the car keeps lurching forward. Which foot? How much pressure? On and on went my conscious mind, trying to master the seemingly impossible task of learning to drive without jerking the car and stalling the engine. Then came the time when I was on a steep incline of a hill waiting for a red light to turn green, while I sat there with 1 foot on the clutch, 1 foot on the brake to keep the car from rolling backward down the hill into the car behind me, and no feet left over for the all-important gas pedal to move forward. My point is that my conscious mind was sending impressions and instructions to my subconscious mind until ultimately I no longer needed my conscious mind to drive a standard shift car. It all became automatic, and my habitual subconscious mind took over and did it all for me. This subconscious mind of mine didn't care how I was feeling, how much time had passed since I'd previously driven, what I believed, what others said about the difficulty of driving a standard shift car. All it did was react to the programming I had offered it, and then took over the act of driving smoothly and effortlessly without my ever having to think about it again. 30 years passed, and I took my family to Italy for a 2-week tour. When we rented a car in Milan, the only one available was a Fiat with a clutch, brake, and accelerator pedal. I hadn't driven a standard shift car in 3 decades, yet my subconscious mind knew precisely what to do and took over the driving for our entire time in Italy. Much like the ice skating story I wrote about earlier, that habitual mind of mine had been sufficiently trained and needed no further reminders in order to take on the present-day task. The subconscious mind is forever imprinted once it has been sufficiently programmed and received its instruction. It simply takes over, and the conscious mind is seldom needed. Your subconscious mind handles about 96% of all that you'll undertake in your life. It is as if you are placed on automatic pilot for almost everything that you do each and every day of your life. The examples of learning to drive a standard shift car and ice skating bring it home clearly in the dimension of your physical body. You train it to act automatically. Once the conscious mind is no longer needed, this same programming functions successfully in every area of your life, including your ability to manifest a wishes fulfilled life. Preparing for sleep in your subconscious mind. Sleep is the time when your conscious mind leaves the world of your 5 senses and joins in with your subconscious mind. Your subconscious habitual mind is uninterested in changing your conscious beliefs or feelings. It simply responds to what has been programmed into it. Neville reminds us that the unconsciousness of sleep is the normal state of the subconscious. You spend 1/3 or more of your entire time here in this incarnation in this normal state of the subconscious mind. This is where you receive instructions for how the other 2/3 of your life can unfold. Here is where you receive instructions for running your life smoothly, effortlessly, and miraculously. It's similar to the mode of consciously learning to drive a stick shift, master the computer, knit a sweater, swim, dance, hit a golf ball, and all of the other multitude of activities you perform in your waking moments, usually without having to think about how to do them, including what you are doing right here in this moment, reading a book. The most significant thing that I want you to capture and apply from this chapter is not so much what you do while you are dreaming and sleeping, but how you prepare yourself for entering your unconscious state of sleep. Sleep is the natural state for your subconscious mind, which rules about 96% of your waking life. The last 5 minutes of your day before you enter into your sleep state are the most important 5 minutes of your day if you are going to begin living a wishes fulfilled life. In this brief portion of your day, you are going to tell your subconscious mind how you feel and what wishes God, the universal one, subconscious mind, is to fulfill upon awakening from your deep slumber. This 5-minute segment of time in your bed about to enter into your subconscious and marinate for the next 8 hours or so is the most crucial segment of your entire 24-hour day. You can use this time in one of two ways. Let me explain them both to you, and then you can decide which one you choose to adopt for yourself. Keeping in mind that what you impress upon your subconscious mind is what the universal one, subconscious mind, will offer you in your waking hours. Your subconscious mind is indifferent to what you want or what is best for you. It cannot make a distinction between what you are feeling as a result of all that happens to you throughout your waking hours, or what you feel as a result of what you are imagining for yourself as having already transpired while you are in bed preparing to doze off to sleep. Number 1. Choosing to review the day's frustrations and disappointments. As you lie in bed, use this time prior to entering your subconscious mind to review everything that transpired throughout the day that caused you to feel unhappy, dejected, frustrated, angry, and so on. You can think of sad thoughts about all of the people who disappointed you and review in your imagination, via inner dialogue with yourself, how unhappy all of that made you. You could spend these critical moments worrying about all of the things that didn't work out the way you wanted them to, and projecting onto your subconscious mind evidence for things continuing to transpire in the same way that they always have. You can go over the arguments you had with others and conclude that those people really do make you unhappy. You can use your mind to relive how fearful you are that things are not going to improve. You can even predict that a great calamity is about to befall you and your family, and there is nothing to be done to stave it off. You can practice in your mind the worst possible outcome concerning your own health or the health of a loved one. You can desire or you can imagine yourself filing for bankruptcy or not getting the job you desire, or a natural disaster striking you, or you feeling even sicker when you awaken. The potential disasters that you can entertain with your thoughts as you prepare to go to sleep could fill the next 100 pages. Whatever you opt for, such as these examples of thoughts that make you feel bad, is a choice to send those messages to your subconscious just as you are about to go to sleep. In effect, you are imprinting your subconscious with, I am happy, frustrated, pessimistic, afraid. Your subconscious mind, unable to distinguish what you are telling it through your pre-sleep conditioning ritual and what is actually happening in your everyday world, says to you, okay, I've got it. Your thoughts are on what you do not want and what you despise, and your feelings in your body bring you worry-free anxiety, hate, sadness, and the like. Your subconscious mind responds with no desire to change your conscious waking state because it only reacts to what you place there. So it will proceed to offer you experiences from the universal one, subconscious mind, that aligns with what you've programmed it to do. You placed your thoughts in your subconsciousness when it would most likely have at least 8 hours of sleep to work on them. The subconscious can't be faulted for assuming that you must want them very, very much. Alas, you waken befuddled by all the things you don't want that keep showing up in your life, not understanding that by assuming the feeling of what you don't wish for and then going to sleep with those thoughts in your mind, you are programming your subconscious mind to take over, just as it did when you were first learning to drive. The difference is that when you were creating what you desired and now you are using the same strategy to attract what you do not desire. And this is why you so often fail to attract the ideal in your life. Neville puts it this way: whatever you have in consciousness as you go to sleep is the measure of your expression in the waking 2/3 of your life on earth. Nothing stops you from realizing your objective, save your failure to feel that you are already that which you wish to be, or that you are already in possession of the things sought. Your subconscious gives form to your desires only when you feel your wish fulfilled. You can train yourself to do this in the precious 5 minutes before slumber overtakes you. If you decide you do not want to go to sleep with this first choice in your consciousness, you can develop a new habit for your habitual mind to latch onto. You do have an alternative. Those last 5 minutes of the day are your 5 minutes and yours alone. Consider the second option, using your last waking moments before sleep, programming your subconscious mind in a way. 2. Choosing to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. As you lie in bed feeling drowsy and knowing that you are about to go to sleep, where your subconscious mind is most at home, use these final pre-slumber moments to align with your source of being and become a wishes fulfilled spiritual being. In these pre-sleep moments, you can program your subconscious mind to automatically present you with fulfilled wishes. You wouldn't train your subconscious mind to repeatedly slam on the brakes or to make a turn into a driveway without safely slowing down. You also don't want to train your subconscious mind to focus on and attract the kids of things that make you unhappy or create unnecessary pain. These last 5 minutes awake then are your final pep talk to your subconscious mind. You want to focus on assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled that you've placed into your imagination. Here's what Neville offers on this topic. It may be the best valuable information you've ever received. The feeling which comes in response to the question, how would I feel were my wish realized, is the feeling which would monopolize and immobilize your attention as you relax into sleep. You must be in the consciousness of being or having that which you want to be or to have before you drop off to sleep. So this is what you must ask yourself as you get closer and closer to dropping off into the subconscious of sleep. If my wishes were realized, how would it feel right here, right now, in my body? Stay with the thought until you begin to feel your body shift into what that feels like. This is not an empty exercise. It is a programming tool for reteaching your subconscious mind to act on what you intend to manifest rather than what you are worried, angry, or fearful about. In this semi-somnolent state, go to the I am that you are now putting into your imagination. For example, if you are worried about your back, whether because of a common cold, a pulled muscle, or a fearful diagnosis of a potentially life-threatening sickness, declare, I am God in action. Or you can contemplate my favorite quotation from Saint Germain in the I Am discourses. I want so much to have you feel that you are the only authority in this world or any other, so far as your world is so far as your world is concerned, but do not ever fear that the perfecting of your world is going to disfigure anyone else's world, so long as your intent is not to harm anyone. It does not matter what the world about you says or how much they try to intrude upon their doubts. Fearful and how much they try to intrude upon you, their thoughts, doubts, fears, and limitations. You are the supreme authority in your world, and all you have to do is to say, when you are beset by those conditions, I am the mighty magic circle of protection about me that is invincible and repels from me every discordant thought and element which seeks to find entrance or intrude itself. I am the perfection of my world, and it is self-sustained. This is very powerful advice. When he says it does not matter what the world about you says, he is also talking about all of those self-limiting thoughts that you yourself have proclaimed regarding your ability to be healed. As you lie in bed, affirm, I am perfect health, or use the words of Saint Germain above about being mighty and the perfection of your world. But notice how that feels in your body. At first, you will be calling upon your ego, which believes that it is separate from God or the universal source of all, and an inner voice will say, this is silly, I am sick, I am sore, I am dying, I am only fooling myself. So simply dismiss these mind viruses and conditioned memes, since you are free to use these 5 minutes in any way that you choose. Repeat anew, I am, that shifts you to the state of the realized wish. Repeatedly tell yourself that I am God in action, and immediately check in with your body to feel the shift from fear and anxiety to peace and love and contentment. After a little practice, you will find that repeating I am in your mind begins to impact how you are feeling. Sensations of worry and pain slowly dissolve as you assume the feeling of the fish fulfilled, and it is at this point that you allow yourself to drop off to sleep. Use these precious pre-sleep moments to assume the feeling in your body of whatever wishes you desire as already fulfilled. Refuse to go to sleep being upset or disturbed about anything, regardless of how moments it may appear to be in your life. The natural state of your subconscious is sleep, and it sees you as you believe yourself to be. It matters not to the habitual mind of yours whether what you believe and consequently feel in your body is harmful, moral, good, bad, or indifferent. It will faithfully take on your belief and provide you with an array of experiences and seemingly synchronistic events that give form to what you believe and have placed in the programming of your subconscious mind. On many occasions, I've gone to bed feeling somewhat sick or concerned about what course my body will take with its diagnosis. I faithfully practice what I am writing about, and I've awakened symptom-free. The key is to keep checking in with my body until I can say in all honesty that I'm feeling that my desire is a present fact. Feelings are the tools that the subconscious automatic mind uses. You can quite readily break the habit of using your resting time before sleep, reviewing things that are frustrating and upsetting. This is a sacred, satisfying time to nurture thoughts that align with the I am thoughts that you have placed into your imagination. When you see a tendency toward negativity, simply pause and gently remind yourself in your sleepy state that you do not wish to enter your unconscious world with these feelings. Then assume that feeling in your body of your wish fulfilled. You want to enter your sleep with reminders to your subconscious to automatically fulfill your life enhancing wishes. Your subconscious mind never sleeps. The validity of a universal subconscious mind that is the only one mind is a concept that ego struggles to understand. It is of the highest order of importance that you want to master the art of manifestation. This infinite intelligence, then, is the only mind there is. We are all using it. We can't help using it, for it is one and everywhere and is the stuff from which all things are made. This quote is from one of my favorite books, 3 Magic Words, written by Joel S. Anderson, which I've referred to earlier in this book. This one universal mind is infinite in time, space, and substance, and as the author concludes, one mind only, which is everywhere and everything. This is the subconscious mind. And finally, here's a description of what takes place in the subconscious mind while you sleep. In other words, this subconscious mind attempts to create, inform, and circumstance that which the conscious mind suggests to it. Contemplate these insights throughout your day and particularly before going to sleep. Your conscious mind, as you go to sleep, is capable of impressing your great I am upon your subconscious mind, which is a sliver of the one all-creating subconscious mind, which is a sliver of the one all-creating subconscious mind. This one mind never sleeps because it is infinite and therefore everywhere and in everything. It is always in the process of creating and manifesting. Throughout those hours while your conscious mind is resting, your subconscious mind is receiving and processing all that you've downloaded into it and getting ready to turn its impressions into form and circumstances. In his book, The Biology of Belief, my friend Bruce Lipton puts this phenomenon of the conscious and subconscious mind into the language of modern technology using this metaphor. In reality, the subconscious is an emotionless database of stored programs whose function is strictly concerned with reading environmental signals and engaging in hardwired behavioral programs and no questions asked, no judgments made. The subconscious mind is a programmable hard drive into which our life experiences are downloaded. So here you are, lying in your bed, about to enter into your unconscious state where your subconscious mind is most at home. In Lipton's analogy, there's a computer ready and waiting to get to work as soon as you doze off and leave your conscious mind behind. As you lie there, what you say to yourself as an I am is what you download into the computer. The computer of I'm using to stand in for one universal subconscious mind is so vast that it has no beginning and no end, and everything exists within it. If everything exists within it and it is infinite, that means that means you exist within it as well, and it must respond to what you load into it. It cannot sleep. It is too busy turning conscious impressions into form and circumstances. All you have to do is understand this power is within you and be in a state of gratitude for your highest self, which is God. Remember those 3 magic words. You are God. There's only one subconscious mind, and your own subconscious mind is a part of that one mind. And that invisible part of you is really the mind of God at work. As long as you don't edge God out, ego, which is what your conscious mind has probably been trained to do. If your subconscious mind receives your conviction that you have money, you will have money. If it receives the conviction that I am happy, I am healthy, I am content, I am love, I am wise, or any other statement downloaded with conviction, the subconscious mind will bring it into your physical reality. I am not suggesting that you have hope or tell yourself maybe, or use the last 5 minutes to awake to say, I will be happy, I will be prosperous, I hope to one day be content. Use the name that God gave to Moses as he described who he is. I am that I am. This is where faith plays a decisive role. You must extinguish any thought that being one with God is impossible. That is the false self at work, the contaminated personal subconscious that receives toxic, self-limiting ideas and turns them into unfulfilled reality. You are with the one universal subconscious mind of God that never sleeps and works for you while your conscious mind slumbers. You want it to work for you using what you download into it, even as you are in deep sleep. While you sleep, your subconscious mind works. One of my spiritual teachers, Mikhail Avanhov, the Bulgarian mystic, philosopher, and teacher of the Universal White Brotherhood, has this to say about your preparation for sleep and what transpires while you're asleep. It is the experiences of the last minutes before you go to sleep that are more important, more significant than everything that happened during the day. He speaks eloquently on the importance of entering the subconscious mind with a purity of spirit, because each night we die. If we don't know how to prepare for our nightly death, we will be unprepared for our true departure to the other world. Take care, therefore, he urges us, never to go to sleep with negative thoughts in your mind, for they will destroy all the good you may have gained during the day. Your time while asleep, when you leave this house and yet are still attached to it, is to be thought of as a secret journey that you take daily to reconnect to the one universal subconscious mind and experience the bewildering wonder of what transpires there. Once again, Avanhov tells us, before going to sleep, you must get ready as though for a sacred pilgrimage. Never go to bed with a negative thought in your head, for it will wreak havoc in your subconsciousness. In those 8 or so hours that you are embedded in your subconscious mind, you receive instruction. The feelings you brought to your sleep time will be expressed tomorrow and in all of your tomorrows. This is a time when you leave behind the constrictions of your physical world and the limitations of your physical body. You allow the one subconscious mind to create your wishes without active participation from your solid material self. I cannot describe to you precisely how your subconscious mind works while you sleep, nor can anyone give you this kind of detail. As Neville has it, the subconscious receives impressions only through the feelings of man, and in a way known only to itself, gives these impressions form and expression. Who can describe the intricacies of caterpillar weaving its own chrysalis and then emerging as a beautiful butterfly? It is a mystery known only to the one mind, as is how a subconscious impression turns into a hardened fact. But you can be cognizant of the many mysterious things you do while asleep, all the while believing them to be true and experiencing them in your body, even though you are unconscious. I only ask you to enjoy the mysterious and know that it is full of potential. Wallow in it, and when you do, you open yourself up to infinite possibilities. While asleep, you dream, entering a totally unique dimension that feels absolutely real for all the time you're dreaming. During dream time, your subconscious mind takes over, presenting you with a magical world where everything occurs without your active participation. You don't have to get up and do anything. You don't need to move, and you don't need the assistance of anyone. You don't need money, luck, tools, transportation of any kind, your family, your church, an education, a book, nothing. It all takes place while your physical self is in bed, unconscious, out of your body, yet still attached to it. How does all of this stupendous manifestation take place in a way known only to itself? There are some things taking place while you slumber that might give you pause. One third of your life is lived in reality that offers you clues as to what is possible for you when you are in your dreams awake. You can't get a glimmer of how the one universal subconscious mind works if you can look back from a waking state and examine what is taking place during the sleeping third of your life. In your dream state, you are able to create anything that you desire simply by using your powers of thought to make it happen. You don't have to get out of bed, get dressed, set a goal, and then an intention to go to a car dealership to test drive the car you love, write a check, and drive away with your new purchase. All you need to do is place the idea into your sleepy imagination, feel it in your body. Your heart rate goes up, your breathing increases, you're feeling the joy in your smile, and voila, there it is. You're driving in your new car. It is all very real, and all you had to do was have the thought. Live from the end and feel it. Your subconscious mind, never fully connected to the one subconscious mind, has allowed you to participate in the true art of manifestation. As long as you stay in your dream state, unconscious in your slumber, then he opens the ears of men, seals their instructions, as it is revealed in the book of Job. In Anita Morjani's NDE report quoted earlier, she speaks about the absence of time and the sensation that everything seemed to be happening at once. No time experience, only now. And so it is in your dream state as well. You can be 5 years old and my 50 years old all at the same time in your dream. You can be with the same person simultaneously alive and dead in your dream. Albert Einstein's study of quantum physics was devoted to the simple message that we live in a completed universe and that the time is an invention of man and essentially an illusion. Anita's NDE, unconscious state, reinforces Einstein's idea of no time. Anita's NDE, unconscious state, reinforces Einstein's idea of no time. Anita said that past lives did not exist in those moments. Everything was happening now. The only way she could describe it was that what we call past lives appeared to be parallel lives, and that everything was simply all one. In your unconscious sleep state, you can be anything and everything. You can be yourself and someone else or something else, even an animal, simultaneously. Linearity seems to disappear. Anything that you can imagine is yours. Nothing is impossible. Want to fly? Then imagine it and feel it, and off you go. While asleep and dreaming, you're not restricted to cause and effect. In your dreaming body, you can come and go as you please. Things do not have to follow the same rules that seem to apply to your waking world. If you imagine and feel it as a present moment fact, it is there for you instantaneously. Everything you need for the dream is created by you in harmony with your subconscious mind. You don't have to do anything but allow your thoughts to create what they desire and to feel it in your sleeping body. Thinking about all of the things that take place in the 1/3 of your life while you sleep. There is no time, no cause and effect. Everything you experience is created by your imagination. The people and events are all illusions, simply figments of your imagination. There is no beginning and no end, no linear progression, and if it all seems to make perfect sense as long as you're in the dream state. I'm reminded of Henry David Thoreau's observation that our trust life is when we are in dreams awake. It seems only logical to me that if during 1/3 of our life on planet Earth we are capable of manifesting anything that we place our attention on without having to expand any physical effort, only by allowing ourselves to transcend time and space, then why not in the other 2/3 of our life? This is what I believe Thoreau suggested when he urges us to be true to our authentic self by being a waking dreamer. As you look back at it from your awakened state, the time while you are in deep slumber provides you clues as to what is impossible. When you begin to awaken this dream as well, you have your wishes fulfilled instantaneously for 1/3 of your life. Become a walking dreamer and begin to apply the same awareness to the entirety of your life, and the things I have written throughout this book you are capable of achieving while asleep. Make them your personal reality in all of your waking hours as well. Remember, the only way you can be sure you were dreaming is to awaken. If you never awaken, it would all be the unlimited reality of your dream state. And so it is with the 2/3 of your life as well. The only way you will ever know you are dreaming is to revive you are dreaming from this awakened perspective. Remind yourself that you can indeed do as Thoreau suggests and find your truest self by being in your dreams awake. Neville offers you these words on what takes place while you sleep. Sleep is the door through which the conscious waking mind passes to be creatively joined in the subconscious. Sleep conceals the creative art, while the other objective and impresses subconscious with his conception of himself. Each night, as I drift off to sleep, I adamantly refuse to use this precious time to review anything that I do not want to be reinforced in the hours of being immersed in my subconscious mind. I groggily reiterate my I ams, which I have placed in my imagination, and I remember that my slumber will be dominated by my last walking concept of myself, your borning. This is my nightly ritual, always eschewing any temptation to go over any fear of unpleasant that my ego might be asking me to review. I assume the feeling in my body of those I am statements already fulfilled, and I entered my sleep inviting the instruction that my subconscious mind welcomes. I know that I'm allowing myself to be programmed while asleep for the next day, rich knowing that I am free. I am a free agent. I understand that every action and event of the day is essentially predetermined by my feelings as I prepared for sleep. And while I was in that place of warmth and trust in the arms of the one universal subconscious mind, waking up, it is my intention to live in my dreams awake as much as is humanly and spiritually conceivable. I look back upon my dream state. I realized that everything that I needed for my dream, I was able to create with my subconscious mind. It is my intention to live in my dreams awake as much as humanly and spiritually conceivable. I look back upon my dream state and realize everything that I needed for my dream I was able to create with my subconscious mind without effort and with no need for involving my physical body at all. And so I know that manifesting the person I wish to be my favorite, and so I know that manifesting the person I wish to be while awake also involves effortless perfection, and that I have my imagination or my intentions, my attention, and my feelings to use while awake as well. I further look back at my dream time from a place of wakefulness and see that everything and everyone that was in my dream was created by me with my imagination. I keep this in mind as I was created by me with my imagination. I kept this in mind as I gaze at who and what I have created in my awake dream. I look back from my wakeful perspective and realize that I lived in a conscious world where time is an illusion, where nothing is unavailable to me, where cause and effect are total illusions, where all obstacles are turned into either opportunities or revealed as illusions, where there is no beginning and no end, and where my body's experiences feeling, even though the thoughts that resulted in those feelings are all illusions, and we're totally devoid of judgments by my dreaming self. And finally, I look back and realize that the only way I know for certain that I was dreaming was to awaken. I remind you here as well that you have within you those amazing powers of manifestation, and you use them on a regular basis every night and for 1/3 of your entire time in this incarnation. I suggest that while you are awake, you view this 2/3 portion of your life as a dream as well, and realize that the only way you are dreaming is to awaken to a new consciousness in which distance and time constraints can be overcome just by the power of your thoughts and feelings to live in a wishes fulfilled life. In all of your waking hours, I encourage you to stay close power of your thoughts and watch to live in encourage you to stay closely aligned to your originating source of being. Practice thinking like God, your highest self. Thanks. And as I pointed out in a previous book, excuses be gone. When your contemplations are a vibrational match to originating spirit, you are synchronized with divine mind, attracting and fulfilling your desires. You have the same power as originating spirit as long as you don't replace your divine nature with ego's thoughts, which are essentially the mental meanderings of your false self. While awake, use your mind to repeatedly remind yourself of your true I am that I am nature. Remind the universal one subconscious mind creates in a way known for only to itself. It is the great mystery. Learn to live in that mystery, making every effort to use all of your mental and feeling powers to manifest the life of your desire, all the while staying in an uncompromised state of love. Here is what Erich Fromm write on this subject of living mystery. Rather than be confronted with an overwhelming proof of the limitations of your understanding, we access the dreams of not making sense. You needn't be concerned with how it will all work out. All you need to know is that you are always connected to your source of being, and that you and God are the truly one. Just as no scientist can tell you how a caterpillar knows how to turn itself into a butterfly, and then imagine thousands of miles without the benefit of a brain. You must simply accept the great mystery of life and death and stay as closely aligned with this miraculous thing we call creative source of all beings as you possibly can. You don't have to understand it all. All you need to do is remain in a state of love while programming your subconscious mind to develop the habits of a God-realized self. You don't have to understand it all. All you need to do is remain in a state of love while reprogramming your subconscious mind to develop the habits of a God-realized being rather than an ego-dominated person. As the Lebanese poet Khalil Gibran observed in his classic book, The Prophet, trust the dreams, for in them is hidden the gate to eternity. I urge you to follow the poet's advice and open up that gate and come to know a new external you in your dreams. Awake and never forget your own divine magnificence. 3 suggestions. As you lay in bed preparing for your nightly slumber, remember that is the last thought you have in your mind. It can last up to 4 hours in your subconscious mind. That's 4 hours of programming from just one moment in contemplation prior to going into your unconscious state. Create a reminder like a prayer or mantra to place by your bed. Write these words and read them as you get comfortable. I am going to use these moments to review what I intend to manifest into your life. And keep that sign there to remind you how to spend your asleep moments nightly. Reproduce this quotation from Saint Germain in the I Am discourses and repeat it at least 3 times. I am the governing presence, governing in perfect divine offer, earth reproduce this quotation from Saint Germain in the I Am discourses and repeat it at least 3 times as you prepare to go to sleep as a daily, nightly reminder that you're sending forth the greatest decree possible. I am the governing presence, governing in perfect divine order, commanding harmony, happiness in the presence of God's opulence in my mind, my home, and my world. Make a serious effort to feel the sustaining power of this in your body. If before dropping off to sleep you are assailed by worry, distress, or fear, do not stay in bed. Get up, turn on the light, take a few deep breaths, read from a spiritual text, meditate for a few moments in front of a white candle, say a prayer. Do anything other than staying there, lying down. You cannot defend yourself against those onslaughts while remaining when you finally do feel peaceful back in bed, repeat that I am. When you finally do feel peaceful back in bed, repeat the I ams from suggestions 1 and 2 on the previous page and drift off to sleep, ready to have your ears open and your instructions sealed.